To the classroom, where they chatted with children and teachers, and joined the
Jill Biden shares the advice she once gave Kate Middleton in new book View from the East Wing. Read an excerpt, exclusive. In May 2023, I attended King Charles III's coronation, the first such occasion in 70 years. To make it more meaningful, Finnegan accompanied me on the once-in-a-lifetime trip. As a history major at UPenn, she was poised to appreciate it all.
Moments earlier, Dr. Biden said, as an educator myself, with whom Kate has worked closely, and
we had our fascinators ready, and yet it wasn't until I was on the flight to London that it actually hit me that I was going. The prior week, I'd thrown the South Korea state dinner, welcomed the president of the Philippines, hosted the combatant commanders dinner, administered final exams and posted final grades. As with so many historic moments in those 4 years, I was running so fast I barely had time to take any of it in. I'd been to the UK several times before as a Senate spouse and as Second Lady.
Focus isn't on parenting itself, but actually how can we give them the important to have this place where we can all.
On my first foreign trip as First Lady, in June 2021, I attended a cocktail reception in Cornwall with the royal family before having dinner with the G7 participants. The reception was held at the Eden Project's magnificent rainforest and Mediterranean biodomes in Cornwall, where Queen Elizabeth told Joe that her husband had not wanted to live to be 100, declaring it too old. Duchess of Cornwall Camilla Parker Bowles told me she was happy to see someone her age there, because so many of the spouses were younger.
And I have to say, I love that you're educating dads and fathers achieve that with their kids. I'm committed to this for the long term.
I told her we were probably the only ones who were Beatles fans when they were still together. At the dinner, I noticed how creative the menu was. Melon soup with pansy blossoms, edible, fresh turbot, roasted potatoes and spinach, a cheese course, a meringue with ice cream and then mini ice cream cones. Joe, ice cream enthusiast that he is, ate 3. The conversation between Joe and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson centered around the challenges in getting people vaccinated, Putin and his agenda, childcare, the social security system, but when they started outgunning each other with obscure statistics, I stopped listening. This is what happens when you get a bunch of politicians together for what's supposed to be a party, I thought.
But actually how can we give them the important to have this place where we can all come together as parents?
The charts come out. Prime Minister Boris Johnson's wife, Carrie, and I had decided to go for a walk earlier that day. She awakened her baby, Wilfred, so he could join us. I was amazed by how little he seemed to mind. Any baby I've ever woken up has been outrage. As we walked down to the water together, Wilfred on her hip, Carrie told me she was shy with the press and asked me how I manage.
Where Kate and Dr. Biden
love to take care of with your friends.
And I have to say, I love that you're educating dads and fathers achieve that.
My answer: you just get used to it and try your best not to let it affect you. And there are always opportunities to send a positive message. I was wearing my love jacket to signal warmth toward our allies. At every event we'd been at together, Kate and William were friendly. When Princess Kate and I cooed over rabbits at a primary school in West Cornwall, I found her instantly likable, very unassuming.
Childcare and education, Kate outlined some of her own years of life. Only by working together in a holistic way.
She made me feel at ease. She seemed so grounded. I encouraged her to keep a journal about her experiences. She said she liked to draw and paint, but I said you can never have too many ways to privately express your feelings. Joe and I both looked forward to tea with Queen Elizabeth. After flying to Windsor Castle by helicopter, we were taken to survey the troops inside the courtyard.
This work to see what we could do to help prevent some of
Thank you so much.
to the classroom, where they chatted with children.
This is customary in the UK, and American presidents offer the same presentation when heads of state visit the United States. After posing for a photo, we followed the Queen to the elevator to take us to the second floor. It was just the 3 of us. British protocol had advised us not to talk about family since her husband, Prince Philip, had died just a few months prior, at the age of 99.
Their kids. I'm committed to this for the long term. Moments earlier, Dr. Biden said, as an educator myself.
So I studiously did not ask the Queen about her husband or anything related to the royal family. As soon as we began speaking, though, she filled us in on her 11 great-grandchildren and the new one on the way. I was amazed that she poured the tea herself and wanted to talk about foreign policy. She had 2 new corgi puppies to help her through the hard times. One came in, and she gave him half a smoked salmon tea sandwich.
improve the lives of young people and families faced with severe challenges. On to Prince George.
Her personal living room was filled with photograph after photograph of members of her family. There was nothing stiff or stuffy about the room, but it held a quiet elegance, much like the Queen herself. We gazed through the large windows to the wing on the other side of the courtyard. Queen Elizabeth remarked that it was quite busy over there, but her wing was rather hushed. That's what we can say. Don't forget to support our channel by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. We thank you all for your support.
Of children's early years in of the positive parts of this pandemic is that now we've seen both of the parents.